people, episode 3, season 2. We are back. Seems like we've been away for a minute. I hope y'all went on vacation. I hope you been working hard, doing your thing. We have a special guest in the building. My father. I guess he raised me 18 years, and now look at me. Everybody say he's my twin, but I don't see it. So
open your eyes. Strike that. Reverse that. Thank you. and like somebody, somebody famous say, carry on.
Carry on. Carry on.
Virgin Perkins. Season 2, Talkin Noise Podcast, episode 3. We've been away for a while. A lot has happened. Dawn Staley won the women's national championship. This is the second championship she won. Only black coach to do that. And we have the Washington Redskins have changed to the Washington football team to the Washington Commanders now. So that was a while ago. Any other news that y'all know out there? I'm just going off the top of my head. I ain't write down none because we got a lot to talk about these playoffs. Any other news out there?
No, I don't know any other. I don't know. Sounds about right to me.
Oh, okay, Tar Heels. Yeah.
What y'all do? Y'all won?
Well, we lost the second national championship, but we won the most important one. That was 2 days before.
Yes.
We took a little L to Kansas. I'm sure we're gonna get into it, but the championship was won 2 nights before that. Means you know that. You
wouldn't have been saying that if y'all would have won, though. You wouldn't have been saying that. That's the consolation prize. I mean, I would have taken it too. I would have taken it too.
This is definitely the consolation prize. And we can talk about this for years. So that's why it was a lot on the line. Russell, I don't know if we talk about Russell Wilson going to the Broncos. Who else? Bobby Wagner going to the Rams. Some other people that went to some other places.
Who?
You got the
Cincinnati
got them offensive lineman to protect Burrow.
I think they got 2 people. They got 2 of them.
They loaded up. That's
a big pickup
on the line. Yeah, they loaded up like Lau Collins.
A very dirty guy, a guy who's gonna protect his quarterback.
Correct.
Ted
Buccaneers got Tom Brady.
Tom Brady did unretire.
That's a big pickup.
Devontae Parker.
Welcome home, baby. Welcome home.
And Jabril Peppers, but we'll see how he does.
I got to go back and listen to his presser today. He got a presser today. But the thing is, Tom Brady talking about he got some unfinished business. I don't know, a 7-time Super Bowl winner, a 5-time MVP winner. I don't know what more do you have to finish. I mean, your legacy is already set. What more do you have to finish?
He's gonna never be. He's gonna never be satisfied if he's gonna keep coming back. This is like you said, he has the rings. He has all the accomplishments.
He gotta have that Peyton Manning year.
He going for Bill Russell status.
Probably, but I don't know if he gonna catch that.
He ain't gonna be there that long. But I'm just saying,
I don't know if he gonna make it.
But
NFL wise, that's
in his mind, that's what he's thinking. All time.
I don't know if he gonna catch that.
No, he's not gonna catch it.
Not competently.
Correct. March Madness was here. I think this was an exciting March Madness. St. Peter's had their story. Carolina had their story, knocking off number 1 seed and the run they put on. Duke had their story, getting into the Final Four in Coach K's last year. There's so many storylines in this March Madness. What was your thoughts on this March Madness, and did it live up to the expectation? I mean, 2 years ago we didn't have one, then we had one last year, and then now we kind of back to normal with fans all over. Was this meeting expectations for y'all this year?
Well, not to mention Bill Self, his father, I think, passed away. So that was a big story. So, but I was very pleased with it, man. It was, especially like you said, not having one the previous year. Then last year they had one, but it wasn't the same environment. This year felt, things felt normal again for reasons I won't say again. But great tournament, great finish. thrilling finish. I feel like a lot of games were blowouts, but I mean that's how college is, eventually the talent. But I enjoyed it.
Nice. Yeah, it was a lot of star power in this tournament. Means I know it wasn't as happy as ending as you would have liked. This is your first time really talking about the tournament. Just lay it out there, man. How did it make you feel? And I know you're proud of your boys because you're Duke boys, and you go hard.
I ain't proud.
You go hard for your team. You go hard for your team, but
no, I'm proud for it, man. I enjoyed the tournament. Let's start out with just the tournament in general. I enjoyed the tournament. I actually got to go when they came to San Francisco. I got to go see Duke play, and I got to see Gonzaga play Arkansas and Duke play Texas Tech. And it was, Chet Holmgren is the real deal. I like the way he played. I got to see him in person. He is the real deal in the way he plays, his style of game. He can really play. And but I enjoyed the tournament. I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoyed the tournament. Duke had a great run. It hurts that we lost to Carolina. I really wanted that win. I wanted that win bad, and I felt like we had it. I felt like we should have won. I'm not gonna complain. It was a really good game. I felt like the refs they called ticky-tack fouls on both sides of the ball, but I felt like we got the last. Well, no, technically no. I want to say this, kids, you shooting all these threes. Go work on your free throws, because at the end of the day, that's what we lost. We lost because Mark Williams didn't make them free throws. I got one thing. It was around the minute mark when Jeremy Roach got called on that foul, RJ Davis for a foul, and we were up by one. And I felt like then that's when I was like, oh man, this is.
What's that on like RJ fading away? I think that's what you're talking about.
And he bumped him. He bumped him, but it was defense, like on the right, and then he didn't touch him after that, and they called it, and I was just like, oh, but we got the call back at the end, and Mark Williams didn't come through, so I can't be too mad. I can't be too mad at the refs. We should have won that game, man. For Coach K, I just wish Coach K could have got that, man. Because I know we would have beat Kansas. I feel like we would have beat Kansas. I feel like.
Speaking of Coach K, you don't feel like he got out coached?
What you mean out coached?
As far as y'all had the superior roster.
No, it's a rivalry. It's a rivalry. We played y'all. We played Carolina. This is the third time we played Carolina. It's nothing that you can do at the end of the day. Like, we know what y'all gonna do, and y'all knew what we were gonna do. It was all about who was gonna make the shot, that last shot, and Love made that shot, and I was just like, oh my god. But I thought we still had time. But
execution in the clutch.
Yeah,
your main player did not play the starring role, which is Arrow. He's supposed to go demand the ball, run it through me, and I finish this thing out.
Close it out.
And he got the ball and he passed it right back out as soon as he got it. He immediately passed it out. He did not even explore what to do in the clutch. He passed it right back.
So many times.
He passed it right back. Your main guy is supposed to do it. I loved it.
I bet you did. I bet. But I can't even lie. Like it was a really good game. And you should have heard me in here, like when we was going back and forth, when they was going back and forth, and I told my wife, I said, I don't want to be a part of this no more. Like I can't. I couldn't take it. Like the game was just so back and forth. I said, I don't even want to be a part of this no more.
Yeah, it was too good of a game.
I got a Carolina hat right here. You can come on home, baby.
Oh no. I'm talking about I'm Duke till I die. I'm talking about during the game, just the anxiety of just watching it and just back and forth. You just like want them to get the lead. I was like, I can't. God, I can't take this.
That was the only thing I said. I'm like, if we have the lead at the end, y'all are going home.
It was bragging rights on the line.
Because you cannot foul us this year. Y'all are going home. And they wanted to end y'all career. And from all the Carolina fans, that was a special gift for us. We appreciate y'all coming up.
Thank you, Hubert Davis. Thank you, RJ Davis. Thank you, all of them.
I'll give Hubert Davis his credit. He's
one more thing.
He did his thing. Go ahead.
The main reason why I love it is because it brought us back into the national spotlight. Yeah. We're back in the national spotlight now. Carolina's in the mouth of the average people now, not just the contingency. Yeah. Even the ESPN guys was talking North Carolina.
It's great for recruiting.
It's crazy because I mean a lot of people. I'm out here in Cali, and a lot of people do like they. I saw a lot of Duke fans at the game, but just me at work and just being around, everybody was rooting against me. Like, my reporters was like, "I'm so glad Duke lost," and he was like, because he went to Syracuse. And he was like, he's from the northern part. And he was like, all I associate Duke is these uppity, rich white kids. Because he said he went to school with this rich, uppity white kid who just always used to just talk about Duke. And, I could have went to Duke, but I decided to come here. And I was just like, oh, man, it's making me look good. But a lot of people were rooting against Duke at my job. And I was just because they think, of just how Duke is. And they know Carolina, Michael Jordan. And,
they're the evil empire, Mees. You know that. There's Darth Vader over there. He just retired. We put him in retirement, baby.
Well, we got my boy. I'm excited, though, about what Duke has going. They got, of course, we got the recruits, but I think with the transfer portal now, I think we could build us a roster. I'm excited. I love Jon Scheyer. I'm ready for him. I think he's going to be a really good coach because he's a great recruiter. He was recruiting a lot of players before, Nolan Smith was even in place. He was recruiting guys. So that's what college is really about in a sense, is recruiting. But you still do have to coach because, I mean, like I give you guys example, y'all coach. Like Hubert Davis, he coached them boys, even though y'all had good recruits, but, still he coached y'all. Y'all didn't have one of the top recruiting classes, but y'all still made it to the national championship and y'all beat teams with top recruiting classes. So it's still coaching, but I mean, I think Scheyer, he knows the game of basketball, and I mean, hopefully, he has some people on his staff that'll help him out, and we'll see what we got to do.
Big shoes to fill.
You got to bring it home, though.
Yeah, you definitely got to bring it home. Especially with all these recruits, but I think we're gonna bring one home in the next 3 years.
Coach K fell off. Y'all scared to say this?
Fall off? He ain't fall off.
The last time y'all been there was 2015. Out of the last six Final Fours, we've been there 3 times. We won it with Theo Pinson. And y'all had
Joe Barry. We ain't have no outstanding players when they won that. Kennedy Means. These are all 4 million guys.
If this was a series, we win. It's one game. You got to be. You can easily lose it. One game.
But you get the top talent every year.
We do it more with less.
But I'll say this.
Hurry up, we got to wrap this up.
Out of those 6 years, I believe y'all had the number 1 class at least 4
times. Yeah, we have. And but at the end of the day,
made the Final Four this year. Y'all didn't even make the Final Four. We're not talking about losing the championship. Y'all haven't even been to the Final Four.
How many rings y'all got, though? How many rings Carolina got?
Come on
6,
now.
right?
You know.
And how many rings Coach K got?
You talk about the past. You talk about...
But it's so hard to sustain success for
Coach K.
Coach K. Who scored Coach K?
Y'all gonna tell nobody it was gonna be a sad year either way because he's retiring. It don't matter. Y'all the only one.
It wouldn't have been sad if y'all would have had that ring. It wouldn't have been sad.
That's what I wanted. I wanted the ring. I didn't want the.
That was a sad year.
Look, he got that ring. It had to be Carolina to get the ring. It'd have been y'all have been.
I would have left y'all alone.
Y'all would never leave. Never let this down.
Let's move on. I got my boy Orrie in the building. Sixers Nation, Eagles Nation. What's up, Orrie?
What's going on? I'm loving it. I'm so happy to be a part of the podcast. I've been telling Derrick, bro, when you get me back on, what's up, Bart? What's up, me? What's going on?
Orrie, this is my father. I know we don't look alike. I know we don't talk alike. We have a lot of differences now, but we do love Carolina basketball. Remember that.
I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I
told Derrick, I think I told you, Derrick, I was like, you do know the day after Dean Smith won his national championship, he came right to Philadelphia, he came right to Simon Gratz High School, and he came and got Rasheed Wallace. The day after he won the championship, he came right to Philly because he was trying to do it. So you know, that tell you how powerful.
That's one of Derrick's favorite players too.
And guess what? Rasheed's at the table. That's all I gotta say. He's at the table.
He's that
But
guy.
play-in starts tonight. Bucks, Cavs, and Clippers, Timberwolves tonight. Let's get into this Bucks, Cavs.
Nets,
Cavs. Why I'm saying Bucks, I don't know. Nets, Cavs. Do I think the Bucks gonna win it again? I don't know. But my Celtics have a statement to make this year, but we're gonna save that for a little later. So Nets, Cavs, not much about this play-in. You know, I'm not really a big fan. Harper loves it, Mees loves it. They think this is exciting and things like that.
We talk about it.
But what do y'all see? Obviously, is we have to because this makes up the playoffs. So, what do y'all see in this Nets, Cavs?
You want me to go first? I'll go
Whoever
first.
want to take it.
Okay, I think I mean the Nets should win, but I don't know. I woke up this morning and I was feeling the Cavs, but then I also was thinking that Jared Allen was going to play, but he's not. I think if Jared Allen would have played, then I think that I would have definitely just said Cavs hands down. But I think if Darius Garland come to play, LeVert come to play, and you got Mobley in the middle, and if he can protect that rim, I think the Cavs can win this game.
He healthy.
But at the end of the day, you got to stop Kyrie. I'm on the Kyrie Irving, brother. Kyrie, I'm on Kyrie Irving train, right? Like he the leader of this team. I mean, it's KD, but Kyrie is going to. If they win a ring, it's going to be by Kyrie Irving leading this team in a sense. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah,
Kyrie Irving is going to be on the floor. He has to be healthy because he's
Hopefully he'll pull a Harden, but go ahead.
Yeah, he's just amazing.
No, he's not pulling a Harden.
Hey, don't disrespect.
Big game. Kyrie, big game. Don't talk about Kyrie like that. He's big game. Stop playing. Kyrie will give you buckets. Stop. He will give you buckets in his sleep.
When he's out, when he wants to play. When he shows up.
I got a birthday party. That means I'll be right back. Give me 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean,
you the PTO.
I think Jared Allen would have made a difference in this series. You got him. You got Mobley down there. You got bigs down there that's clogging up. They're gonna own the glass, and then they can switch on so much because Jared Allen a little bit athletic. In this game, you gotta try to contain KD. You can't do much. Kyrie, sometimes he gets missing, sometimes he plays, but if them two are locked in, sometimes it's hard to stop them. But so you gotta score. But the thing is, it's going to come down to some of the others on the Nets. Can they hold up? And if the Cavs play team ball and they can get some help from the bench players, I think they have a chance. And whoever played this does play my Celtics, so we'll see what happens. Or what you thinking about?
Yeah, I agree with y'all. I think Brooklyn's going to win, but Cleveland can get them. You know what I mean? Because Brooklyn, I'm sorry, I'm not buying. People going to say that the defense is going to get better in the playoffs. Nope, I don't believe that.
Right?
You make Kyrie play defense. You make his behind work. You make Seth Curry work. Okay, by the way, then when we get in foul trouble, you bring in Patty Mills. You make him work too. I don't believe in Claxton. Drummond's going to get you some rebounds, but he's not going to be a factor in the fourth quarter. He's not going to be taking shots.
Right.
So they're going to really need him to rebound. But Cleveland got the bigs. To match up against that. Cleveland just got to keep it close. And I know KD is big time, and they are closers, and so is Kyrie. But to me, there's nothing you can do about KD. KD is KD. He's going to drop 54, whatever. But Kyrie is the X factor. I said
that's what I was trying to say.
Work on defense. You beat him up, get those legs tired. Because remember, he just coming off. Now he's playing more and more. So he hasn't played the full 82 to get his body ready for that. So that's going to be a factor. I think people thinking like, oh, Kyrie is back. Yeah, but his body, now he's playing more and more, whatnot. Make his behind work on defense. And Garland is fast. Garland's going to make him chase him. You got to make Kyrie work. That's how you take him out.
And I hope the Cavs can don't get scared of the bright lights because it's a different kind of basketball right now. That's what I hope the Cavs don't do, because if that happens, then they'll be going to play the 9 and 10 seed tonight.
I hear everything that y'all say, and I'm dismissing all that. This is playoff time. Playoffs is about what is your reputation. They don't have any reputation. Who can you count on? We can count on KD. We can count on Kyrie. You can count on Steph Curry. He showed up in the playoffs. I don't think Cleveland is gonna match that.
But you gotta earn. You gotta go ahead, Art.
I don't think Cleveland will win this game, but to Orie's point,
I believe
KD scored 55. 2 or 3 games ago? I can't even remember who they were playing. They lost that game,
and they lost the game. Right.
I feel like you let KD go off on offense, so he tires himself out on that end, and then you tire him out on the other end, like you're saying. Put him and Kyrie through. They're gonna have to play the whole game.
It was Atlanta, Harper.
Atlanta. Yeah. Put them through screens, pick and rolls the entire game. It's one is going to frustrate them, and it's going to tire him out. KD has to be the best player on both sides of the floor. That, to me, why I feel like they can be gotten one of these March Madness style games.
Right.
He cannot do that for 40 minutes, whatever it is, minutes a night. That's not going to happen. They're already playing almost 40 minutes a night now, and it shows because they're not that good every night.
And that's what happened last year. He played all these minutes. He wasn't getting no rest. Let's see what Steve Nash gonna do. He hasn't been making adjustments in some of these playoff games. So
Nash not gonna tell KD to get off the bench. He's not gonna tell. KD
you got Kyrie. The playoffs is different. At the end of the NBA season, it's about matchups. People win and lose according to matchups. They did not want to play certain teams. Because of that, this is the team that they wanted to play.
Who?
The Nets.
So they wanted to play the Cavs.
They didn't want
to play.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, let's not forget this team. They go to a stretch of losses with Kyrie playing some of them. So we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously they up now 9-6 early. They was just have their biggest lead 9-4, but we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated with this game. Any more comments about the Nets Cavs? I mean, obviously everybody think the Nets should win this game.
Yeah,
they should, but
the elephant in the room.
What's the elephant?
Ben Simmons gonna make an appearance, but
they saying
we gotta talk about that. Or
they saying that he might. They saying that he.
The word on the street. The word on the street is what?
Like Jordan.
What that? Oh yeah, there you go.
Or please don't kill me. I am an absolute huge Ben Simmons fan. So I know I'm gonna get the beat down on him. I think he gonna have a redemption tour, not this year, but as a future go on. I don't know about him playing this year, but I'm just saying in general.
If he come back, he gonna be coming back when Robert Williams come back. Robert Williams might be back before him.
They said.
Oh, you talking about if he play against the Celtics?
No,
he doesn't.
No, period. Is he coming back? Period. That's what he's saying.
Oh, I thought you saw the matchup. No, they don't match up with the Celtics. No, not at all.
They said Ben Simmons walking around the facility feeling like he's Jordan. Like Jordan. They got some nerve, boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think first of all, I was obviously a Ben Simmons fan, and he quit. He quit. You know what I mean? We just got to keep it 100. He quit on the Sixers.
Yes,
I think he was a little extra sensitive. I mean, me and Derrick were talking about this. You got to allow people to be. If what Doc and Embiid said to him, sent him over the edge, an emotional moment after an emotional Game 7 loss. Prior to that Game 5 loss, Derrick, I've told you I had to walk out the house. That one killed me. I'm still Game 5 against Atlanta. Yeah, last year when we got 25. That one killed me, man. That was one of the most painful losses ever in my Philadelphia sports history background. Yeah. So these guys, press conferences. What about the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things Doc Rivers said on Ben Simmons' behalf? Basically calling media members stupid. Call him, oh, y'all want me to take Ben Simmons out there? Oh, you guys are really bright. How about all the times he defended Ben Simmons? So Ben Simmons is going to hold on to that one thing. I'm assuming that's not what it was. I'm assuming it was a little more. We just don't know personally. But you know what I mean? Like, he didn't want to be there. Fine. I'm cool. That's how players are. That's how and NFL, we're starting to see that now too. Players have more power They don't care if they got 3-4 years left on the contract. They say, I want out. I'm
Yep.
all for it. That's just what it is.
Right.
Oops. You got me?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. As far as with Brooklyn, I think that's crazy. They're gonna try to bring him in during the playoffs. I mean, he hasn't played since June of last year. Is that really a smart thing to do? And people say, "Oh, he only got to play a few minutes." To me, you can't use Ben Simmons in the fourth quarter. People be like, "Oh, Ben Simmons don't need to do nothing." Why? Yes, we can. We can hack a foul him. I can hack a foul him and Drummond and get them out the game. That could be my strategy to slow KD and Kyrie down. So what you gonna do? So we're gonna start fouling. I hope teams they better foul Ben Simmons, put him on the floor, and let's see how he reacts. And if he starts cracking under the pressure, there you go. Them demons gonna come back. So now I get Ben Simmons, your best defensive player, allegedly off the floor. I got Drummond off the floor, and now you bring a little Patty Mills and Seth Curry. And I'm gonna beat them down, and that's how you beat Brooklyn. Brooklyn, you can be beat. So don't y'all want to bring in Ben Simmons as the secret weapon and the super defensive stop? He ain't played in a year. There's no way he's going to be able to compete against all these great athletes. That I don't buy it, sir. I agree with you that next year Ben Simmons, is going to resurrect himself in Brooklyn and whatnot. I don't know what the Kyrie situation is going to be. I don't know how fatigued they will be of him, but I agree. I want Ben Simmons to succeed. I just want to, I mean, he has all that talent. I'm a basketball fan. I want to see him succeed, but it's something up there, man. It's something wrong. That's a shame. It's a shame it went down like that.
Yes. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. He quit on y'all. His only saving grace is he's not in Philly no more to take them bullets that y'all gonna give him. Yeah,
but I mean, he's in New York. New York ain't too far off from Philly, type the media, but they're not, Philly fans, but the media is ain't too far up.
No, Philly fans are savvy too. Also,
but New York don't care about Brooklyn. Like I hear people in New York, they don't.
That's
Brooklyn,
a good point.
Yeah, they don't really care. Like they ain't got no fans, and whatnot. But I mean, you know what I mean.
They like the Clippers.
Yeah, right.
No matter how bad your team, no matter how bad the Knicks or the Lakers are, still they tell.
Speaking of Clippers,
and they are bad.
Speaking of Clippers, they play Timberwolves tonight. This should be a good game. I think it's going to be a real good game.
Yes.
Yes. Harper, we were talking about this earlier in the group chat. What you think will come out of this game? I mean, Timberwolves got a good shot to win this, and I think they will win it tonight.
I'm gonna ask y'all the same question I asked everybody earlier. Who's the best player on the floor between these two teams?
Paul George.
Paul George.
Is it him or Cat? Is it him or Cat?
I say Cat. So I give George 2. After that, I say the next at least 2 best players on the floor is both play for the Wolves. Yeah. Then you got the Pat Bear situation where,
You talking about talent or players?
Yeah, I'm talking D'Angelo Russell and Ant-Man.
Talent.
They both.
But as far as clutch players and playoff experience, I think Reggie Jackson's more experienced and more clutch.
I give you that
because he have done it in the playoffs and how their team is structured. He got the green light to do it in the end if he can.
But D'Angelo Russell has playoff experience.
And you saw what they did last year when Kawhi and them went out. The experience they got from that. Mm-hmm. Then you bring in a Powell, then you bring in a Covington who had playoff experience on other teams. So, that's going to matter, especially in these playoffs and in this game.
We also got to remember how many games has Paul George played? 20?
That was my thing. Is about if he's healthy, if he's playing. Because I think the Clippers are going to win. I think they're gonna win.
Dude.
I
don't know
because they got like playoff experience, and then you got Paul George. If he don't take up too many shots, he just can't go out and be like the playoff P that we know that come out and go 9 for 24 and taking all the shots and just not like spreading the ball around. That ball still has to keep moving because you got guys like Reggie Jackson that can get a bucket. Luke Kennard is one of the better shooters in the league. His shot's so pure. And when he shoots, it's like I just automatically think it's going in. So you got shooters. You got Zubac down low. He's a rebound machine. I mean, he's a double. He's gonna give you a double each night. And then, like you said, like Derrick said, you got Covington, you got Norm Powell. It's just I don't see them losing to the Timberwolves, even though my second favorite player this year was on the Timberwolves, Pat Bev. I love watching him play the game, man.
I told you, if you don't think he's gonna be up for this game after they traded him and already got his personality,
but they know his antics, right. So it ain't gonna be nothing new for them. It's not gonna.
I don't think it's gonna affect him. Now he's playoff ready too.
That's true.
Oh, this is what he live for. He'll live for these moments.
Yeah.
For these moments.
Yeah. What about coaching?
That's what it's going to come. That's what I'm about to say. It's going to come down to the X's and O's and the coaching. What adjustments can you make when this team throw a punch at you? So don't make that face, Harper. Tyloo
done earned his respect.
Hey, look, this is the same guy the Lakers didn't want to give 3-year contract to.
And that's the first mistake that they
And guess what? and they've been beating the Lakers ever since.
Right. Yeah. Because the rumor is I heard they wanted to pick his staff.
Yep.
And he was like, no, because they want inside. So somebody inside, so they can tell him what he's doing. That's what I heard.
And then in case they can let him go, they got their man on the back end, and they can bring in on the interim.
If the Lakers didn't win that bubble chip,
stupid. That was stupid.
Don't
if
do
the Lakers
that.
Didn't win that bubble chip, Jason Kidd would be coaching the Lakers.
Yeah.
Why does it gotta be a bubble chip? If the Celtics won it, would it be called the bubble chip?
Y'all wanted at Disney World, not at Staples.
Right.
Crypto.
It's crypto too. It's crypto.
But I think the bubble championship is probably one of the most impressive championships to ever be won. I mean, we're in a freaking pandemic. You know how hard it is? They're away from their family, their wives, their girlfriends. They were locked in. And a lot of players, playoff P was one of them. They couldn't even take the pressure. So you talk about mental toughness, mental fortitude to win that. To me, the bubble championship is actually probably the most impressive championship one team has ever won. So to me, it's not a negative. It's an extra positive.
These guys are going on West Coast trips, East Coast trips, doing all this stuff away from your family, going overseas to the Olympics, playing. They've been through this stuff before. Let's knock that. Now, we're not saying that people don't go through different things, mental and physical and things like that, but let's knock that. It's just like an AAU tournament. These guys have been playing basketball for years. Tournament after tournament, weekend after weekend, without your mama, without your daddy, without your brother, without your sister. So we're not giving that.
Right.
They took 4 months off. They had a whole off season. Then you come back and play in a tournament. It's basically a tournament.
So I guess the Lakers was the only team that had the whole 4 months off. I mean, y'all.
So you think
everybody, it was an even playing field.
You isolated having to deal with Rondo for 4 months.
and hold up, but Derrick, hold up. That's not that. Not only that, we went through the whole George Floyd situation, man. Teams literally quit. I mean, come on, man. Our world, I think we trying to get too far removed.
That was a big moment.
Let's go back to our mental space, how we were at that time. We can live this. We can't lie to the history book. We can't lie to the young bucks and the future and say, oh, this bubble, they didn't mean. No, man. That was one of the hardest championships ever to win. So to me,
I don't know if it's the hardest championship, but
it was a pandemic. That never happened. That never happened.
I don't understand where all this came from. Like, when it was then, people were saying, this is it. Like, this is big. People wanted the bubble. People wanted the NBA playoffs. People were excited. Exactly. And then now I truly believe if that anybody else's team would have won, it wouldn't have been called a bubble chip. But it's because the Lakers won and they're not. I'm serious. It's true.
You're gonna have an asterisk beside it. I hear. Hey, look.
For y'all. I'm not saying you want to say it don't count and put an asterisk. But when you go Google NBA champion, it ain't no asterisk beside it. The history books it's a.
But my point is this. Look, I understand there was a lot going on in the world, but I believe all 5 gentlemen on this screen had to wake up the next day and go to their job, and I had to do a good job.
Now I work from home.
I was in them streets.
We did, but that's not to say while you was at the job you wasn't thinking about, dang, I'm a black man out here and I gotta look over my shoulder, or I gotta look at somebody, or everybody want to think, let's. Because people started acting different and are you okay and things like that. So it's not just going to the job, but it's also dealing with the surroundings of what happened, the magnitude of what happened, and then going through that whole thing. But we could get political, we could do all that other stuff. But
I echo Orrie though, and everything that he said. How tough it was.
I'm just saying, Disney World got more security than my job.
Secret Service was there. Let's get to the Sixers. Before we do that, who gonna win between the Hawks and Hornets?
The Hawks.
But I'm a big Hornets fan. The Hawks gonna win, but I'm a big Hornets fan. But they're gonna win. We don't match up with them.
Trae Young I think he don't get his. I gotta agree with Kendrick Perkins. What Perkins said, he's probably one of the most disrespected players in the league because this guy. I mean, I've been watching Trae Young since probably like that last.
He ain't in the top 5, man.
Playoff. I'm not saying he a top 5.
No, I'm talking about most respected. He gets some respect, but disrespectful top 5 players. He's definitely not on that list.
He's like he's amazing, man. I would take him over Luka Doncic right now. I would take him over Luka. That's just me though. He's at the top for me. Him, and then when my boy Zion come back. But he's at the top. Trae Young is at the top.
Who was that?
Under 25. Under 25. Oh, he's talking about Zion. He comes back.
It's my career on 2K.
But Trae Young is at the top for me, man. I mean, I gotta get the boy can ball, man, and he do it. He's like 6 foot, like 5'11", and he do it. He carries that Hawks team. He's a walking assist man. And he gonna give you 25 plus a game with like 10 plus assists. You can't, man. It's just I love watching him play now, man. He's really good. I got the Hawks taking out the Hornets though for sure.
And the one other thing is that he does better in playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He'll big playoff. He'll playoff.
Big time.
He thrives in that almost that Reggie Miller type role.
Right.
He's building. Oh, come on with me. He plays better, man. Don't get him riled up. You'll go home.
Now, I will say their team is pretty terrible. Like, just being honest.
Well, if they get Collins back, I think I seen something today saying that he was doing 4-on-4 workouts or something like that. So they might be getting him back soon. I think that'll help him out.
I got to talk about the Hornets because I expect the Hawks to beat them, but Borrego, the coach, he got to go. They still
You don't like Borrego?
No, man.
I don't think the players like him either. It don't seem like them guys. They get into it with him quite a bit. I don't know. Just in his interview, he don't play. He played Melo. LaMelo played 30 minutes a game. Like, I don't understand this kid, rookie of the year last year, play him 36, 37 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's your best player. Why is he playing 28, 30 minutes in close games? Like, I know Melo fouls a lot, but they need to do the discipline on that team is terrible. I think they're top 5 in the league in fouls. They have the worst 3-point defense in the league the last 2 years, and they still don't have no center. I don't understand why Mason Plumlee is the around the guys.
That's why defense so terrible.
So I think the Hawks will win, but it won't be because I feel like no one beyond Trae Young, because I do agree with me. He's especially great to watch because I like the way he plays with the crowd. If he's home or away, he gonna keep everybody in it. He don't shy away. He gonna make some big shots. So,
Orrie knows that from last year, but let's not.
Don't worry, Harden got Embiid back this year.
We're gonna see Spurs Pelicans. Who you taking?
That's what we need to talk about.
Ooh. Gotta be New Orleans, right? I mean, Spurs is happy to be there. Is DeJounte even playing?
Yeah, he's playing.
He gonna play? Yeah. I mean, so if DeJounte goes off, they can beat them. But I would think New Orleans at home, they're gonna be hyped for this. you know, I would expect them to win, especially you got CJ McCollum on the squad.
Yeah.
You got BI. They shouldn't lose to, you know, Coach Popovich's team. He can coach them up, but that New Orleans should win that game.
Yeah, they got better players. Yeah.
And Spurs are like one of the worst teams in the closing. Like they're one of the worst closing teams in the NBA. I mean, if it's close, if it's close, I will give it to the Hornets. I mean, not the Hornets, but the Pelicans anyway. But I got the Pelicans. CJ McCollum has that playoff experience. He can score. He can carry the offense if need be. But Brandon Ingram, mid-range assassin. I mean, it's just Valanciunas on the boards. Alvarado gonna bring in the energy, and it's at home. We got my boy Trey Murphy too.
Murphy, I was gonna say Murphy.
Durham, he's from Durham.
Herb Jones.
Yep.
Yeah,
so,
they got this one.
They love.
Let me ask y'all before we move on. Do y'all feel like this is Coach Pop's last game?
No. Oh no.
No. This how Tim Duncan retired. He ain't say nothing the whole year. Season ended, and he just retired. I think Popovich gonna do a Coach Avery.
He don't have nothing else to prove. He is the all-time winningest coach in the NBA. So maybe that was his goal, but maybe he have a farewell tour next year. If he walks away, I don't see a problem with it, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe he'll transition to the front office. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he can get out of bat. I don't know. He's just like,
he'll do a Brad Stevens.
It's like his life right now. You know, he did lose his wife. So I mean, you know, that is like what else kind of like I feel like basketball is kind of like his happy place in a sense. It's probably all he kind of want to do. So maybe he'll transition to the front office if he doesn't want to do the coaching. I don't think he's just going to leave basketball alone all the way. He's going to be a part of something, I think. You know?
Too much on the play-in. Who cares about that? We'll see who win. Brooklyn's up 10. Brooklyn's up 10 right now, Harper. So get ready for a long series, but we'll finish them. We ain't worrying about that.
Yeah, it ain't
I know it's
7 games.
10 points ain't that much though. And the Brooklyn will give up. You know, they can get up big
quickly, right? Knees
give up comeback. You know, so we'll see.
I don't know. They might be locked in.
Ooh. They were up last Friday, weren't they? Up, they were about like 15 or 16, and Cleveland took the lead. Cleveland was the lead in the fourth quarter in that game on Friday.
JB Garland for like he took Garland out for a good minute, and that's when the Nets kind of took the game in a sense, if I believe it.
Or it's time for your Sixers to step up to the plate. It's round 1. I'm pretty sure you didn't want the 2 seed because you were scared of Brooklyn. You told me. And then you said that the Celtics were scary and you didn't want to play us either. But now you got Toronto. You got a guy that's...
I didn't say that, but go ahead.
Oh, you didn't say we're looking scary?
Oh yeah. I said the Celtics were scary. I said that a while ago. Yeah.
Now I'm lying.
I thought you said I said the Sixers were scared to play them. I said
both.
Oh, I didn't say that.
I mean, come on.
Scary, yeah.
You are. You're trying to avoid this. But anyway, you playing Toronto. Toronto. This is Toronto's not big per se, but they do have like a 6'9". Everybody like around the same height, but they play with heart. You got a good coach, Nick Nurse.
Great coach.
The team know how to play with their role. They feed off Van Fleet, Siakam, and then you got other guys to step up. What are you seeing in this matchup, and are you afraid?
I mean, at first I will admit I was a little afraid, but as I started really just like, okay, let me just think about this. Let me calm down. Let me look at it objectively and whatnot. Listen, I believe that the Sixers will win, and not only that, they should win this series, either in 6. If it has to go 7, it just goes 7. But I would really love to see them win this series in 5 games. I really would. Because here's the thing. I know Toronto, they're athletic, and they play with a lot of energy, and they play with a lot of hustle and determination. They get offensive rebounds, something that the Sixers don't do very well. So they have a lot of second chance opportunities. I don't care. When you have Joel Embiid, who's, in my opinion, the MVP.
MVP, that's right.
Thank you. And you have James Harden. And I know James Harden ain't Houston James Harden, MVP James Harden, but he's still James Harden. He's still James Harden, okay? And you have a supporting cast That should be enough to beat Toronto in the series. Listen, Toronto does not do things so great that the Sixers can't overcome. Rebound, that's just about determination. I want it, you want it. Toronto's gonna make some shots. We're gonna make some shots too. Danny Green's gonna hit some corner threes. Maxi's hitting that three. When Shake Milton comes off the bench, take that ball, take him to the hole, baby. Don't shoot it. Just run them boys into the ground. So, and we got the best big man. When we need a bucket, I got two players that's gonna get me a bucket. Now I know Siakam's a tough matchup, especially in the post. I know, but who do you trust more of getting a bucket? Joel Embiid or Siakam? You gotta trust Embiid. If not, he's gonna make the right play.
Siakam, the champion.
Huh? Okay, yes. Siakam's a champion, but we know Kawhi Leonard was that guy. Kawhi, I mean, I still have nightmares of that shot Kawhi hit, by the way. Thank you for reminding me of that. But but it's going to be a tough series. Like it's going to be close. Obviously, there won't be any blowouts or anything like that. Obviously, losing Thibault. We know Thibault's not going to be able to play in any of the road games.
Big piece right there.
That's a big
and that's huge. That is huge. I won't pretend, because what it does is that there's going to be somebody off the bench that's going to have to play more minutes that they shouldn't be playing. But we all know in the playoffs, guys, the guys play more minutes anyway, so we're going to be using less of our bench anyway. I really think Danny Green can hold down the fort in Toronto. Danny Green is a champion with Toronto, by the way. I think Danny Green has enough to do the job. He won't do it as great defensively as
more than enough,
but he's going to be better offensively
right.
So we got a better two-way player actually on the floor when Danny Green is playing the games Thibault don't play. So honestly, the Sixers should win this series. I don't care if Thibault misses 3 games. It would be shocking if we lost this series. Absolute disaster. Can't have it. Should not happen. Better not happen. Your thoughts?
Harden with the Sixers now. Mees, this is your guy. You said just wait and see. We're going to bring it home for Philly. This is the year. What you got to say? I mean, he hasn't been playing that well in the last couple of games. He struggled the 2 games that the Sixers lost to Toronto with Scotty Barnes guarding him. He was like 8 for 24, I think, in the 2 games.
Like 15 assists, 15 assists a game.
He struggled all year. Let's be honest.
He did, but I'm just going into the playoffs the last couple of weeks. Mees, can he get it done? And what do you think about the Sixers?
I think the Sixers are going to win this. I give them Sixers in 5 games, and I would say they would sweep them if they had Thibault for the whole series, because you got Joel Embiid. I don't even think Harden has to even really show up. To me, honestly, really, he's got to show up. But Embiid, there's nobody on that roster that can stop Joel Embiid. And so you feed him, and then once he gets going, they're going to collapse. You get Harden making plays, kicking it out to Maxey, Niang making threes, Danny Green making threes. You got to get Korkmaz making threes. And I mean, if Harris and Maxey come to play too, I think they'll beat these guys, easily in 5 games. Harden does have to come to play eventually, but I think he can give you 14. He's a facilitator now anyway. He's going to give you 13, 14 assists, but he has to shoot better, be more efficient from the field, because you can't be doing what you're doing shooting wise. But I don't know. I just feel like he's been saving it a little bit, because, Harden gets hurt. He gets hurt. He will get that hammy. That hammy is a little loose. He ain't the most
durable
at times. So I honestly think that he was kind of holding back a little bit just to kind of not to save it, because he knows he's under the pressure of he has to do something in the playoffs, or they're going to be on him, especially in Philly. They're going to be on him bad. So, I mean, I'm hoping and I expect James Harden to come to play. But like I said, I don't think he has to go 30 and 14, 30 and 12 this series. He can go to his normal 21 and 10, 21 and 12. If Maxey give him a little bit, if Harris give a little bit, and if Joel Embiid just dominates like he will and should, they should win. There's nobody on that team that can stop that man. So that's where I got.
Harper, I'm getting all the Sixers fans out the way. Dad, I know you're a Sixers diehard.
Yes.
I know your boy Ben Simmons is gone. Can they get it done, and what they need to do to get it done?
So,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
So, I got Toronto winning the series. And I'm gonna explain why. Yes, Joel Embiid is
the curveball.
Probably finished number 2 in MVP this year. He deservingly, and if Jokic wasn't Jokic this year, he should win. I would say this: we beat the last time we beat the Sixers. I know they didn't have Ben Simmons or whatnot, but again, like I said, with the KD situation, you can let him score 40, 45 points. He's gonna tire out. We've beaten him with Daniel Tice as our center. Like, you don't really need a big, huge. I mean, if you want to guard him straight up, yeah, you need a big guy. But if you're okay with letting him score 40, 45 points and stopping everybody else out there, which I feel like Toronto, like Derrick said, everybody on their team is like 6'8", 6'9", beyond like 2 or 3 guys. That's gonna be a big issue. Thibault, I know y'all kind of downplaying it. This ain't Danny Green from 2016, 14. This is Danny Green in 2022. He is nowhere near the defender that Thibault is today. That's gonna hurt a lot. I think this is the beginning of the end when we talk about James Harden. And I asked y'all a question about 2 weeks ago or so now, and I asked y'all, if you are the Sixers, the way that James Harden has played this season, are you signing him to a 5-year max contract this offseason? This is the same guy that flames out in the playoffs when he's 22, 26, 30, and now where are we, 32 years old, and you feel like this year, after all the turmoil, he hasn't played well. He's just going to turn it on right now, and he hasn't looked good this year.
Can I answer that real quick? I think you can, if what you think is, and other people may think, if Harden is declining, then what you got to do is, and here's the rumor, and maybe you guys have heard about it, is that the Sixers are most likely trying to try to go after Bradley. Bradley Beal wants to come to Philly from things that I've heard, and I'm sure he's talked to Harden and Embiid and whatnot. And so you will move Tobias. Well, now if I got Harden and I got Bradley Beal and I got Harden as my third option, then yes, Harden is very effective, and yes,
facilitator.
So as the facilitator, correct. So he'll be, and as he ages, he can play more of a Chris Paul style. Right. I believe he can get his little mid-range game to like a Chris Paul level, and so he can be effective as a point guard. We know they could have old point guards in the NBA. So yes, Harp, I do think I would keep Harden. If you guys are thinking what you're thinking, that he's declining, then you have to have a second superstar, and Harden is your third superstar. So yes, and that way I would keep him.
22 and 10 is declining.
That's what people are saying. I ain't saying
I think people just used to Harden when we.
All right. One thing.
22 and 10 is great. That's a great.
Is that championship level, Mies? That's championship level.
It can be when you got Joel Embiid.
I think we're missing the point. The playoffs started today.
Right.
We don't care about Bradley
Beal.
We don't care about the everything. We talking about right now.
No, Hart brought up the extension. I was just commenting on it.
Right.
Yeah, he was talking about
he was asking the extension question. Yeah.
But I'm just, do you feel comfortable with that, Orrie, being a Sixers fan? I understand what y'all gave up in the trade, but are you comfortable signing a 33-year-old clearly I mean, everybody's not LeBron. I say this all the time. Like, everybody's not going to age like the robot LeBron James is. Some of these guys are going to hit a wall one day, and then you just hit that wall. Look at Westbrook. He's still a really good player, 22 and 10, but he ain't winning no championship.
He ain't no 22 and 10.
What is he then? He probably 22, 10, and 10.
18 and 10. Something like that. 44
all right.
million.
He's 18, 10, and 9. I mean, that's very close still. 22 and 10.
It is. I'm just mad.
With 6 turnovers. I mean, how many turnovers does he have a game? Back in the day, Houston Rockets, James Harden with Embiid. Oh man, I'm scared. I'm scared. But I ain't seen that guy this entire season with the Nets or with the Sixers.
Right. So that's why I said that if what you're suspecting is that he's declining, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. I don't know if he's declining or not. But let's say you're right, he's declining. He won't, obviously, the older you get, you won't get better. But he still has a lot of juice left. It's a lot of juice in there.
Yes.
Then I'm going to get another star to pair with him. And then, because I think Embiid has 2 or 3 years left as well. My championship window, I'm looking at it as a 2-year, 3-year max type situation. So yes, I will sign Harden because, like my man, he said he's dropping 15 dimes. Like he's dropping dimes. He gets people open. There's so much.
Right.
He's still Harp.
You got to admit this. The whole game.
Harp, you got to admit this. He's still, when he has the ball, the shooters are wide open. It was not like that with Ben Simmons. They lay off of Ben Simmons, and then shooters have tough time shooting. The only way Ben Simmons got shooters open was in the transition, pushing the ball. Harper in the half court, the spaces are wide open, Harp, so he's still effective. You know what I mean?
I think the declining thing is only due to conditioning. I think if he was in better condition, he would be able to perform at a better level. Because there's been rumors about his conditioning for years and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he want to party.
He's also in a position where the spotlight is on him big, and I think he would embrace it. I don't think he's gonna fail. I think he'll embrace it, and I do think the Sixers will win this series. I wish they had Thibault the whole series because he will disrupt. The Toronto offense is not a great offense. Like you said, they almost like a scramble type team. And in the playoffs, the game slows down. You have to execute. And then he likes to throw zones and stuff out there. But you can't throw a zone and not have a body on Embiid. How you gonna zone it? And you got that your 6'11" dude in there. He's weighed 220. He's gonna be up under the basket. I do agree that the Sixers should win this game. I don't know about sweep. And then is the OG playing?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, he's playing. Okay, that makes it.
That's another defender.
Raptors guards. Guards are very undersized.
Yeah.
Well, Van Vliet and then Gary Trent ain't no elite defender.
Van Vliet, an all-star.
Oh, Van Vliet was on the defensive player. What are you, a defensive player? No,
he might be the second team. He might be on second team.
Yeah, he steal a lot of steals.
He's still undersized, man.
But he is undersized.
I think,
but Maxey ain't 6'5".
Yeah. I do like Maxey. That's the guy I do like.
Maxey, I believe in Maxey though.
That's gonna be the difference maker in this series. What can he bring you as a third guy on that team? Because Tobias, he's sliding down.
Yeah,
y'all paying him too much money for him to play like that, so he's sliding down. But what can Maxey do? Because you got rid of Steph Curry, you didn't go get a point guard, or can Harden be the point guard, or is Maxey gonna play the point guard? So something's gonna happen. But the main thing in this playoffs for the Sixers is what?
Doc Rivers.
Oh, God.
Doc Rivers, Nick Nurse. I was getting ready to say that. What's about Doc Rivers?
Derrick, you mean the Lakers coach next year?
I'll take him. I'll take Doc. Shoot.
You know you want to get back to LA. I guarantee you, if they lose,
LeBron approves of Mark Jackson as of today. LeBron approves of Mark Jackson.
With all due respect. With all due respect.
Let's see, but. This is the best topic of tonight. How far can my Celtics go? It's looking like we might play Brooklyn round 1.
This game over.
We not scared of nobody, like Jaylen Brown said. Seeding's gonna be seedings. Teams gonna be teams. We gotta play. We can't avoid nobody. We ain't scared of nobody. And like he said in the locker room after the last game, I go to battle with all of y'all against any team. So the turnaround from 18 and 21 at the 11th seed, for them to go on that run, for them to change everything, for Ime to get the best out of his 2 J's, Jalen and Jason Tatum, and then for this team to kind of, come together and pass the ball around. Everybody's playing their role. Marcus Smart finally stopped shooting like he think he's Steph Curry. Marcus Curry, he think he can shoot like that. But him being a leader, being more vocal. Yes, we talked about him calling them out early in the season. You see what happened and sparked them to be better. And I think right now Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are actually hitting the first stride of their prime. They are hitting the first stride of their prime, and they're knowing that they can compete with some of the best people in this league and win games. Not only compete on the high level and score, but win games. Harper, my Celtics brother, are we going to the finals? What are we doing this year, man? Talk about it. We got Brooklyn round 1.
They scared.
So, the elephant in the room again. You know I love the elephants in the room. Rob Williams. The last 3-4 weeks, man, this feels like KG and Paul Pierce running up and down the floor, man. It's beautiful. Are we ever gonna lose again? You know? Literally, the day Rob went down, we moved into the first seed. The day he got injured after the Timberwolves game. And for me, I do feel like finally Tatum and Brown, they don't look at the rest of the league like, oh, I want to be like them, or those are my big brothers. They look at them like, oh, I'm coming for what you got now. I think that was the biggest change with Ime from Brad. I don't think he's a better coach X and O than Brad Stevens was, but we didn't need that. We needed a guy that was going to get on these guys the day they don't want to practice or acting like they don't want to play hard. You need to embarrass them. You need to have some tough questions come up in these press conferences and just in their mind when they're at home. If the coach always blames everything on himself, which they're taught to do, your players are going to kind of go with that. And that was the biggest difference. It took a couple months for them to buy into it. But to answer your question, yes, I feel like we can go to the finals. I'm a little worried about Giannis because I still don't know if we've seen his peak. Hopefully we will see it soon, but beyond that, if we get Rob back,
we saw it soon. We saw it last year.
Yeah,
it wasn't his peak, but we saw what he did and how he took over.
If Rob can come back and be 85% of the Rob we had, yeah, I don't think teams can score enough points against us to beat us. So yes,
means you've been watching us for the last month or so. You text us in the group our props and saying that we look good. We're looking like we're playing Brooklyn round 1. They up right now, 13. What you see in the Celtics, and do you believe in the Celtics that they can do some damage?
Oh yeah, I believe you guys are. Yeah, y'all are one of the favorites in the East to come out the East. I mean, I think the key thing that you guys do is you defend and play team defense. And I mean, then you got Marcus Smart in the front court. I mean, in the back court defending, and then you got when Robert Williams comes back, he's great. You know, blocking shots and just kind of protecting that paint. And then with that, I love that Derrick White addition. I think he's helped you guys on that run. But I mean, Tatum is one of the top players in the league right now. And I mean, I think if he gets it going, he can shoot it. He can go right at it with KD, and then Jaylen Brown. I think, you know, he's no Kyrie Irving, but I think that he can match or at least give enough, and then on offense, and then reciprocate that on defense to where I think you guys can beat the Nets. The Nets don't play defense like good enough, I think, to stop you guys. They're gonna y'all spread them out and make it hard on Drummond, except for when Big Al's in there. But you know, I like you guys' team. I think you should win the series. It's hard for me to say because, you know, I had that window closed. That's why I'm just talking slow because, you know, I'm kind of eating my words.
Means I'm so glad
I'm
so glad you mentioned Rob Williams, because a lot of people throughout the last year, anytime I bring my man up, they like, who is that? Who is that? Rob Williams. Yep. I don't know who that is. I'm glad my man
be jumping out the gym, man.
Rob,
I'm glad he finally showed it.
He defends the rim as well too.
Yeah.
Dad, what you thinking?
To answer the question first, how far can y'all go? I think conference finals, in my opinion, it's a flip between you and Milwaukee, who's gonna make the finals. But y'all certainly can go to the finals. I think he don't energize y'all. He don't give y'all I think he gave y'all a goal to get to, other than just playing, just playing, being scoring and stuff. Y'all more cohesive. Y'all rotations are good. Every night y'all go out and y'all attack people defensively, and disrupt everything they do every game. The last few games, defensively, y'all are very good. Like Mark said, Robert Williams is a key to that as well. But also, y'all familiarity with Thibault and not Thibault, what's his name, Tice.
Tice,
yeah, Tice, and the old man Horford.
Big Al.
Y'all voices are familiar. Y'all got familiarity, and y'all playing with a lot of confidence, offense and defense. You got one of the best two-way players in the game with the football player.
Smart.
Marcus.
I'm just kidding with Jaylen Brown. He's one of the best two-way guys out there. In terms of you can put him on anybody. Some players he can stop. KD, he at least can slow down a little bit.
Right.
Y'all looking good. I can't say nothing about y'all.
It's the matchup because.
Can I say one thing though? Early in the season, him and Mark was folding up like a paper towel. I'm almost through it by Celtics. I was like, hold on, he getting his
Harper. Don't try to just throw it on me because we had several calls when you said, man, they just need to fire this guy. He don't know what he's doing, man. What is he doing out there? I don't know why they got rid of Brad, man. Look what he's doing. He can't even make adjustment at the end of the game. So don't give me that. You're trying to throw everything on me.
The detail you leaving out, when I'm calling him, I'm watching the game. Derrick said, I ain't cutting that mess on.
First of all, we both watching the game, so stop. I don't miss too many games.
Crying about the game. I was like, this guy could turn this thing around. Man, y'all playing very well, dude.
Yeah,
and y'all a matchup problem for a lot of teams as well.
The thing is, they're buying into the system now. And what he said at the beginning, now they're seeing what he tried to put in place. And now we're playing Celtic basketball, playing as a team. You got like 3 or 4 guys that's average. Their assist is probably their career high this year. You're the number 1 defensive team in the league. You're top 3 offensive team in the league. You holding teams to 106 points a game. I mean, look at the margins, 15 plus games, the margins you win it by. And just to turn around from 11th seed and to finish at the number 2 seed in the East. Like, this is a phenomenal turnaround. Coach of the year, Ime Udoka. You got a top 4 MVP candidate, Jason Tatum, who's playing on a high level. Just imagine if he did this. Yeah, he's top 4 in MVP. But
we got an MVP too. Defensive.
Oh, for sure. But I think they're going to give it to Mikal Bridges. Yeah, I think they're going to give it to Mikal Bridges.
No.
That's what I just saw today. But we'll see.
I saw that today too. I saw he was number 1 in the ratings. Right now.
So we'll see what happens. But, I mean, and another thing, you're going from 6'5", 6'9", 6'11", then up to 6'9". Like, when you switching, you ain't getting no 6'3", 6'2", 6. These are guys you got to shoot over. These are going to make your shot difficult. So we'll see what happens. I just don't want them to stop doing what we already been doing for the last 30 plus games. Let's get in there. Let's play with confidence. Let's share the ball and let's play Celtics basketball. And we'll see what we can do.
Though. You know what? I think the Celtics are so unique because this is crazy. If you think about this, Celtics can go out in the first round, right? Y'all wouldn't be shocked if Brooklyn beat them, right? That's not like shocking.
No.
But imagine Boston getting through Brooklyn, then getting through Miami, then getting through Philly.
Well, it'll be.
You notice I put my team in ECF?
It'll be
Milwaukee.
The 3 and 6 seed, Milwaukee or the Bulls.
Then potentially,
I'm saying Brooklyn. Then Milwaukee's beating the Bulls. So y'all beat.
Yeah, I thought you said Miami first.
You said Philly. Yeah.
Miami.
No, he said Philly third. He said
So I'm saying you're right. So I said, imagine y'all beating Brooklyn. Then y'all get through Milwaukee. Then I said, then y'all get through us. And I said, notice, I got us in the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Then y'all gonna play the Western. If Boston gets through Brooklyn and Milwaukee, they can win the whole damn thing because you look at it like we didn't beat Giannis and we beat KD. They will have no fear. But on the opposite end, they could go out in the first round. Boston is so unique. Like, it's a scary thing. Like, they can actually win the whole damn thing because imagine the confidence level of beating Brooklyn and then Milwaukee. Y'all not going to be scared of nobody. And your confidence is already high going in because you guys have been the best team after New Year's. Like at that point, people are like, you know what? Boston got it. Like I think the other teams would be some fear factor. I'm like, my goodness, this team has been rolling since January. It's not a fluke because they beat Brooklyn and Milwaukee in the playoffs. There'll be a lot of fear factor with Boston. So just on reputation, mystique alone, y'all could go a long way. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I don't know. It's a hard series to pick when y'all play. I mean, no disrespect. It's
no,
hard.
It's true.
I'm going to give it to y'all just because you got home court advantage. Brooklyn, I just don't buy that a team can play so poorly in the sense of injuries and Kyrie and the vaccine and the whole drama. Like, I just don't see that. I think at some point it's going to end. And I think you guys are the team to stop them because you guys have cohesive. You got it together. You got the size. You got the bench. You got Nia Long. I'm calling that's Nia Long. I just Nia Long right there. Nia Long, is he still with her? They still together? I don't even know. Yeah. I just know he's messing with Nia Long. That was like my high school. I was in love with
you. Got Nia, yeah.
Look, I'm always going for Nia. That's what I respect most about the coach of Boston.
He's winning. He's winning.
But don't forget, Kyrie got to come back to TD Garden.
I was ready.
Yes.
I was ready for that.
And guess what?
Don't care about that.
Okay.
Good. Don't care. Hey, look, every time he plays back here, if he ain't burning sage, he's stepping on the logo. He complaining about his ex-girlfriend. It's on his mind, man.
He was burning sage.
What you doing, kid?
He gotta play sports, man. I can only wait for. It's gonna be something crazy with him and the fans.
He needed the cleansing.
Yeah. But I hope the players don't buy into what the fans think, because I think that was our problem with the fans were too much in. And Derrick, we talked about this. We were too much into Ben Simmons, and the players lost focus because of that. I hope the Boston fans don't even think about Kyrie. It's over. Just support y'all team. Put the passion that we can beat this Brooklyn team, and that's what it should be about. If the players start thinking about getting revenge on Kyrie, they done lost. In my opinion,
it's going to be part of the game, Orrie. That's part of the game. You got a guy. That's part of the game. You got a guy that said he wanted his jersey in the Raptors, made these promises, didn't really play his heart out in in Boston, and then you start talking about your teammates and doing all this other stuff. And then you step on. And the one thing is, he stepped on the logo, and that's what you didn't do. So he'll forever be hated in that city. And he every time he touches the ball, he will hear the Bulls every time. And this is playoff basketball, so the team are going to be rocking.
So you'll be all. And then they're gonna be playing. He's gonna be playing against that flip. He's gonna be playing against that running back too. That running back gonna be picking them up and pushing them out of bounds too.
Oh, I can't wait for Smart to get down, smack that floor. I can't wait, man. I hope Kyrie plays great too. I hope he plays great, but I don't.
Give him 50. Are the Mavs done with no Luka? If they don't have Luka, are they done? They play the Jazz. Do y'all think the Mavs can compete without Luka Doncic? No. Or I see you shaking your head.
Absolutely not. It's over. It's a wrap. So and even with Luka, the Jazz, I think the Jazz is going to give him some work with Luka. Like Donovan Mitchell got to step up. That's a guy he need to step up. Again. Donovan Mitchell is a guy that needs to step up. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be elite. You know what I mean? It's time for him, whether Luka's on the floor or not, prove that you are one of the best players in the NBA. I know you play a little Utah, nobody cares about you, but it should be more national media pressure on Donovan Mitchell to perform. So I think the Jazz should beat them with or without Luka, in my personal opinion. If you that dude, Spider-Man, if you that guy, go out there and smash Luka. Dallas ain't been out the first. I mean, I guess they went. Did they beat? They went out the first round last year. They did. Right?
That was in the bubble when they
that was the bubble. That's right.
The bubble. You mean the 2020 playoffs?
Not the bubble. Yeah, the bubble. Not the bubble.
Let it go, Mark. Let it go.
The bubble chip. The bubble.
Not the bubble chip.
The bubble gum. The bubble gum.
Let it go, Mark. Let it go. We got that chip.
They didn't even have to go to Disney. They was already there.
It was already there. They absolutely had no chance without Luka. And even with Luka, Utah should give them that work. So that's how I see it.
Why y'all keep hating on my man?
I think Utah supporting. I think Utah supporting Cass to step up. They some games they falter, especially on the road.
Yeah,
especially on the road, you need that third guy.
Well, let's take a look. When you got a guy that's holding the ball, Mitchell. I think I read that he averages like 2 passes a game, or he's been averaging like 2 passes a game to Rudy. Yeah, he's taking 25 to 30 shots a game. Like, how can you get into a groove or to the offense when a guy is holding the ball? He got to get other people involved. He got to get other people involved.
Who is he getting involved?
Mike Conley is the one who's supposed to get. She's a shooter. Mike Conley is the one supposed to get everybody involved. That's his job. He's the point
his job.
He's the one supposed to distribute. He's the one supposed to wave Donovan.
How can you do it when a guy's holding the ball?
I know, but he runs the show. You wave Donovan Mitchell off. No, we're gonna run this play for somebody else right now.
Right.
And then if the clock run down, then you give it to Mitch and say, get us a bucket. But sometimes your other guys got to get involved too offensively to get some confidence, especially on the road. They falter.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the road, you can blow out. You can blow out Utah about 20 on the road.
2 assists.
Because some of the guys falter in the road.
5 assists. I'll say this, man. Nobody like to mention Rudy Gobert, but like, what? We're not even gonna talk about offensively. He's a nothing. He's a negative on offense.
Yes.
And we're gonna say that Donovan Mitchell need to do more.
Man, I'm about to say, what more can that man do?
I mean, he's a 15 guy. I mean, what more you want him to do?
So he make more than Anthony Davis.
Defensive guy, he's helping your guy out on defense. I mean, come on.
Defense ain't the problem for them. They can't score.
Right.
He's putting up 15 and 15.
But they saying he's not a 20 and 23 and 15 guy, or 25.
What he need to be making
35 a year. Hold on. Beyond that, the reason they lost last year, it's not about him getting 15. He got to get 15 and 15 the first 3 quarters. The last 8 minutes of the game, you can't even really play Rudy. The Clippers played him off the floor last year. That was a big talk last year. They was mad like, if this guy's the defensive player of the year and you can't play him in crunch time when the game matters, how good is he?
Right.
How good is he?
Right.
That's your second best player. He can't even play at the end of the games, and it's all on Mitchell.
Who are they 2 and 3 score besides Clarkson?
Probably Clarkson
and Bogdanovich. Maybe.
Bogdanovich. What's the shooter?
O'Neal.
Yeah, O'Neal.
I like O'Neal.
He's terrible.
I do like him.
Bogdanovich hot and cold though.
Mm-hmm.
He's hot and cold. He needs some. He need one. He need a one dog with him on the other side. He need a dog with him that's gonna go in there.
Change the philosophy of their team. I mean, it's
Mitchell will be gone soon.
We think they too soft.
New York Knicks. That's what.
It's just a defensive approach that they still have, but they don't have a lot of defensive players anymore. Like they have a big emphasis on their defense, but it's just Rudy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and then it's not fair. Rudy gets frustrated every game because, Mitchell and Conley.
Yeah, Mitchell ain't the best defender. Yeah, Conley, Clarkson ain't guarding nobody.
He's not a good defender.
So you got to think they turnstiles on the 3-point line, and Rudy got to help out, bail out every 2 plays.
But all you got to do is hot.
But this team was the number 1 team last year in the Western Conference Finals. Let's get out for that. You had Paul George went down. You had Kawhi went down, and you still couldn't beat them
because they have pick and roll. They have pick and roll, pull Rudy out.
Took advantage of Rudy.
Right.
You had it in your favor, but you lost.
It ain't like Mitchell
in 6
15.
games. In 6 games.
Yeah.
In 6 games.
In 6 games. The most exciting probably series, Nuggets Warriors.
That's a toss-up series.
Ooh.
That's a toss-up
Nuggets,
series.
Warriors. You got, I guess, the MVP Jokic. You got
number
Thank you.
Steph Curry. He should be coming back.
Klay
Thompson's back. His first playoffs since 2 or 3 years. He's been 30 plus in the last 3 games. I know he had a 40-point game. What you seeing out of this series, and who y'all going with?
Well, I'll start. I mean, I think this is a tough one because it could really go either way. I think it's gonna come down to Klay Thompson. And I think if we get the Klay that I saw the other night that was he was on one, just knocking them down. I think the Warriors will win because it's just be too much offense between him and Steph Curry alone. Then you got Jordan Poole, who has stepped up big time off the bench now. I mean, it's just too much for Jokic by himself. Where I mean, I'm trying to think who his second best player is. It Will on offense is Will Barton. I don't even know. Like the Nuggets are a good team. They're a good team for what they got. But I don't think if you got Warriors, if you got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson on fire, and they're knocking down shots, it's nothing that you can do. It's nothing. It's nothing that Jokic can do because at the end of the day, threes are more than twos. I mean, they're gonna be knocking down them threes. So I just and also the Warriors do play defense. They nobody's gonna be able to stop Jokic. They don't. Draymond, he's not gonna be able to stop. But I think they'll draw up a scheme. They'll scheme to try to maybe stop everybody else. That's usually what Steve Kerr does. He lets the star player usually go off, and then he stops everybody else and just see what happens from there. So I got the Warriors. I think that if Klay Thompson comes to play, which I think he will, and Steph Curry is a go, he's 100% and he's full go. I think it's just going to be too much offense for the Nuggets to match.
You can't say that Steph going to be 100%, or I feel like he would already. Yeah. I feel like they're going to win this series for a lot of reasons that me said. I mean, the 3-point shot is probably going to be enough to win it. But going forward, like all 3 of the Warriors' top guys are all question marks. They're a roll ankle away from the playoffs ending. I mean, I feel like Steph got hurt, and I don't know if y'all remember.
We got Poole to pick up the slack, so they'd be all right.
I do like him. I do like Poole.
Peyton too. Come on now, come on. Some young guys.
But I will say, it do hinder on those top 3 guys. And while Klay has looked good the last couple of games, he's looked not like Klay in a lot more of the games, which I can understand. He's coming off of 2 crazy injuries. Yeah. And you got Draymond, who he was going to win Defensive Player of the Year if he didn't hurt his back. How healthy is he going to be? He's playing a stretch 5 against the Jokic in the fourth quarter. Like, that's going to take a toll on his back. And then Steph, kind of to what Mees was saying, I hope he is 100%, but I feel like if he was going to be close to 100%, he would have already played a game or 2, So we'll see. They should win, though.
Pops.
I'm going for Warriors for simple fact. I'm going to edge to the home court advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and like you said, you got, I think Poole has stepped up. I think I can't think of the guy's name. He was the number 1 pick.
Wiggins.
He's been playing consistently. Like you said, everything is on injuries and stuff. But you talking about injuries? If Denver had full squad, I might have a different opinion.
Yeah, me too. Sure. I would definitely have a different opinion.
I have a totally different opinion with Murray, who is a playoff, showed he could play well in the playoffs. And then you have Porter Jr., who also played pretty well in the bubble.
And he picked up the slack when Murray went down.
You also got Gerald Green. I mean, it's going to be a good series. It's going to be a good one. Gordon. I
forgot about Gordon. Gordon is to say. I forgot about Gordon.
You got some good players in that series, man. I get the edge to the Warriors. I get the edge to the Warriors because they always got a shooting chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For sure. And Joker's gonna have them in the mix. He gonna get people involved. He gonna get a bucket when he needs to. He gonna clean the glass. When he wants to. He gonna clean the glass. And he gonna make sure his team compete. We'll see what happens. I mean, the main thing is What will Clay look like playing extended minutes? He got to go to another level that he hasn't really been in the regular season. You can kind of rest him a little bit more because you already got position. But now you're playing extended minutes. What can you do being back on the floor playing playoff basketball? And then when will Steph Curry be back? Will he be back the first game? Will he be back the third game? So you don't want to get. You don't want to get down to nothing, and then now you got to come back from behind or 1-1. Then you're going to Denver. So I think if Denver could still win, it'll push it to 6 or 7, and we'll see what happens. But I don't know who I'm leaning towards. Maybe after Orrie go, I'll see who I'll pick.
I'm leaning the Warriors. I noticed how y'all Celtics fan conveniently left off that Marcus Smart, really ruined the Warriors season. I'm gonna let that go, but
that's a good. I like that.
I'll mess with y'all.
He was going to for a regular play that he would do any other game.
No. Steph has Anthony Davis ankles.
Right.
Well, Steph. That's understandable. He's little. He's a small guy for you.
I'm just teasing, but it's time it's time for Wiggins to step up. Pop said he was the number 1 pick, right? And
right.
I mean, this is your time? Curry is hurt. I mean, come on now. It's time for you to be a legit player. Get this team over the hump and help them beat Denver. Denver, they got Jokic, Aaron Gordon. He's all right. They got a nice bench. I like Rivers. I like the Bull Bones Highland down here in Wilmington, Delaware. He's a baller. He's gonna hit some shots. Boogie Cousins is a great bench player. So they definitely got the depth. But Steve Kerr, you're 3-time champion, supposedly a Hall of Fame coach. Curry should be able to miss a couple games. Y'all should win this game, especially since Denver is so short-handed. I know Jokic is, he's going to be, second player. He's going to be number 2 in the MVP voting. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Get your tissues ready.
Listen, it's going to be a good series. It'll go 6. Curry should be back hopefully by game 2 or 3. And if Curry is popping, then it's a wrap. But I'm interested in seeing what Wiggins does in this playoff. I am going to be watching him to see if he is a legit NBA player. This is money time. I want to see how he performs in the bright lights in the big stage.
Right.
I mean, I guess the scoring title is not enough. He won it all, don't he? Bring it all to Philadelphia. I guess everything comes back to Philadelphia, as Orrie always tell me.
First MVP since Iverson. That's a big deal, man.
Long time, but a long time.
For sure. If Steph comes back game 1, I'll pick the Warriors. If he doesn't, I'm going Nuggets.
Ooh.
He's coming back. I think I seen him practicing today. So I mean, that's
going Nuggets. So
that's a lot, Mees, to go from I ain't played in a month and a half to we playing.
It's playoff time. He ain't got no choice. He ain't got no choice. It's playoff time.
You're right.
You got to.
Mm-hmm.
You got to load them bullets.
I'm sad, man. The Warriors, it feel like they finally done got old, man. The beginning of this year, they look like a juggernaut, and then it's just slowly they getting old. They look like.
I mean, it was gonna catch up to them. I told you when KD left that it was over for them. So
I knew you had to say this again.
They'll have the highlights. They'll have the 3-pointers and things like that, but they ain't winning nothing else. Nothing else. We can wrap it up, or we can get into this Bulls Bucks. This is it's kind of like
sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like it's kind of like a one-sided. But can DeRozan and those boys? Because Lonzo, I mean, is he making commercials now, or is he gonna play basketball?
He do what he do best, Derek.
Lonzo done for the season.
He done. His knee.
Never been impressed. Never.
So
was
Lonzo's out.
I seen Caruso. Was practicing.
And Nicolo, right? What's the guy name?
Nikolai Vucevic.
Yeah.
Vucevic. Oh, yeah.
Vucevic. Can he and DeRozan beat the Bucks, the defending champions, or do the Bucks sweep these guys?
No, they can't beat them.
Sweep.
It's sweep.
Is it done deal?
I mean, I just don't see Vucevic. None of these guys are playoff guys. I mean, the closest DeRozan is the closest one, and I mean he usually falls short in playoff time. But I mean, I don't trust Vucevic. I don't trust DeMar. I don't know what to get from Levine because I've never seen him in this type of setting, in a playoff setting. So I mean, it's a lot of question marks with the Bulls when you playing the defending champions, and it's just a tough luck that you get the defending champs with all this experience and playoff experience now, and it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be pretty. And the Bulls aren't even good against playoff teams, so I mean, I just don't see it
since last year.
There's nobody that can beat. There's nobody that can stop Greek.
Giannis, yes.
Middleton's a bucket. Drew's gonna take out either DeRozan or Levine. Yes. So I mean, I don't know. They're gonna be handicapped. So it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be pretty. 4 games.
Yeah.
But to end the season, the Bulls were 0-16 against playoff teams. The last win they had, I think.
The top 3 seeds in both East and West.
There you go. I think the last team they beat was us in like December, the beginning of December.
That's crazy.
And then you see what we did to them a couple weeks ago. That's Celtics basketball if y'all didn't know.
Can I say something there?
Go ahead.
I think y'all had a segment about flowers.
Oh, for sure. Meese forgot his flowers, and his Duke boys kind of shift them away from sports a little bit. But who you giving flowers to?
I'm giving flowers to y'all guys, man. Y'all doing some great things, man. I love the podcast, man. I laugh. I disagree with your take. And I also talk about y'all when y'all talk about the Celtics. Y'all had this confidence from day one. But I love everything y'all do.
We knew what we could have been.
Appreciate it.
I thank y'all for letting the old guy come up here. I hope I ain't mess up y'all professionals with my takes.
Come on, we love guests on the show. We love guests.
Yeah, guests make it better.
Orrie been on here.
Orrie, I'm with you. I got you with the Sixers. minus Ben Simmons. I still got you.
See, this is the thing. My pops listen to the podcast, and then he always texts me his thoughts as he's listening. Mark's talking. I'm gonna have to get Mark because he's talking about some this and that. And then he said, "Y'all really think this?" I was like, "Yes."
Oh, I also got another present for y'all.
What is it? Oh,
okay. So you feeling lucky then, right? That's what it sounds like.
I had it for Derrick. I told him when he comes, he get some Kyrie Irving,
you just took
Boston
him out.
Celtic.
See,
Kyrie.
The thing is, I gotta wait until after the playoffs to get those because I bought a new Carolina hat before the Monday Night Championship, and you saw what happened. So I can't bring the new energy on yet. I gotta wait.
You're supposed to be
we gotta wait to get the finals hat, dude. We gotta wait a little bit.
You're supposed to be all in.
Nah, but one thing I did forget to mention.
I knew I was gonna do that. I already knew.
The play-in.
Not the playoffs.
They missed the playoffs. They missed it.
Don't worry about it, Mees. We like Brady every other year.
It's always next year, man. That's just how it's always next year, man.
Is it?
49 lost season. Almost ended the year on I think y'all went
4 and
what was it?
4 and 17.
19 games under 500.
Yeah.
Just a rough year for the Lakers. I want to give a shout out to
it was
Tiger
a disaster.
Woods too far I forget. Shout out to Tiger, man. He may never win another major, but anywhere he playing, I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, it's only been 16 years.
Yes, I know.
Since he
won.
back
from where he almost how many?
No, he won a few years ago.
He won the Masters.
Yeah.
Did he win 2 years ago?
Yeah, when he had a son.
Was it the Master?
It was the
Masters, the green jacket.
Hold on.
Why you hating on my man Tiger? Come on now.
Man,
did he win it?
And he almost had his leg amputated and had to walk that course. and finished one under the first day when he wasn't hurting.
His last major was 08. This is the last major
he won a few years ago.
Yeah, he went in 2019.
It was his son because he had his son there with him.
Yeah.
That was not the Masters.
Yeah, he won the Masters, Derrick. He did. Yeah.
That must have been the Bubble Masters, then.
It had to be somebody because I don't think it was Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tiger.
Me's look alive, man. I know you had a tough year this year, man.
Oh, I'm good.
I know you had a tough year. You just survived COVID. Now you got the K Bar. Now you got the K Barris. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is the we'll look. We ain't too hard on here. I mean, this is the group chat that kind of goes up. I try to bring Nick on here, but you know he's still running from us. He's still running from it. You can't hide behind the phone when you get on the podcast. You can't look up the stats, even though Nick knows a lot. He's a historian. But you know, we'll get it on. Appreciate y'all coming on. I think everybody want to get some food. They want to wrap it up, see their family, relax, and see the second half of the game. To my pops, appreciate it. It took you forever to get on here.
Many success to y'all, man. Y'all doing good things, man. Keep it up.
Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
We'll bring it ain't the last time, Bart.
And I let Derrick work with me so I become more professional.
He did good.
Have more stats and information. I'm going off old school memory.
No, it's just like me, Harper, and Mees. We Twitter guys, so we see so much on Twitter, and we getting everything. We're reading so much. And Orrie, you know, he always bringing up a subject and trying to debate. You know, this is what him he like Harper. They always make a comment, just ask a question, but really want to argue the debate. like, come on.
Hold up.
It's a setup.
Mr. Cheston.
I want to know what y'all gonna say first. You know,
Mr. Cheston, I got a question about. First of all, you have a great son here. Derrick is a professional, one of the best photographers we have at the station. He's very talented. He's the man. But let me ask you a question about Derrick.
Yeah.
Was he always the kind of kid that always want to stir up a little trouble? Like, was he kind of kid that you had in like Derrick? He was teasing somebody, or not necessarily start a fist fight, but like get people riled up.
Man, that's him.
Has Derrick always been like that, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, he the third of the fourth. So,
Derrick's not as shy as
he had to be diplomatic with the older two and see which side to pick, which side gonna win, which side gonna pick. I'm gonna be with.
Yeah, Derrick used to be a lot shyer than he is now, Orrie. Not to say he was shy, but now he'll say anything.
Oh,
yeah.
Before he would take
with good reason. I'm not just saying anything with good reason. I just want to pull the best out of people. That's all it is.
But if
I'm pulling the best out of you, then you will always thank me in the long run.
Or you described him to a Tito. That's him at work, boy. That is.
Yeah.
Me and Mees went the A&T together through the journalism program. Then we had the same internship. Then we worked the first job together for about 2 years. So we've been around each other for a while. And we always to go at it, watching Super Bowls together, watching Duke Carolina together, editing together, doing everything. Then me and Harper grew up together since '99, same neighborhood. So that's why Harper, when he's dealing with me, you got to come back quick because I'm gonna always have something to say. You got to come back quick.
If Derrick see an opening, he gonna
take the shot. He gonna take the shot.
But the main thing is, I can't tell you what I do, but I'm going to give you this one hint. I'm always going to use your words against you because you might say something 40 minutes ago, but it's always going to come back.
He's going to screenshot and record it.
Oh, Mees, I wanted to say one thing. I know we texted about it a little bit, but I wanted you to tell us your experience of going to the game, yo.
I went to the Elite Eight as well.
I mean, I enjoyed it. It was great. I mean, it was a lot of Duke fans in Chase Center, so it made it even better. And then a lot of them, you couldn't even tell they was Duke fans. So I've been telling people the story about I was beside these Texas Tech fans, And it was like this girl, she was like one of the diehard Texas Tech people. She was, every free throw we shot, she's yelling. Everybody looking at her. Her dad was a Texas Tech alumni. Her boyfriend, Texas Tech alumni. Like her dad's friend was there. So it's like the whole game, she's yelling, going. And then it's that second half, Duke takes the lead. It was like a Mark Williams dunk. I think it was like when he dunked on dude's head or something like that. And I mean, my whole section went crazy. And I didn't even know it was this many Duke fans in my section. They all stood up and turned to her and was just like, let's go, Duke. Let's go, Duke. And I mean, that was the highlight of my night, man, because I was just like, wow, like it was just the atmosphere, and I'm there yelling like, let's go, Duke. And I mean, it was so great. It was my wife, she wanted to move because the girl was just screaming so much, and it was at halftime. She's like, let's just move, let's go. And I'm like, we were down, and I said, I can't move, I can't get up. I can't get up because I was just on the edge of my seat because I wanted to win that game. I was like, I can't move. I got to stay right here. And I just ignored her, and it ended up working out. But it was great, man. And I'm high-fiving. It's COVID, and I'm in there with the game over, and I'm high-fiving. It was great. I enjoyed it, and I got to see Gonzaga in Arkansas play too. So that was like a special treat too. So it was pretty good.
Now the game was UNC game was good, but when St. Peter's came out, I was like, this high school squad coming out, yeah, it's gonna be over quick. they ain't got nobody. It was 6'6". I'm like, yeah, it's over quick. But it was good. But St. Peter's, North Jersey, a lot of fans were at the game, so a lot of people was kind of rooting for North Carolina. But North Carolina had, we traveled well.
Yeah,
the Blue Bloods traveled well, so. They had a lot of fans there, but it was a good game. I mean, I was standing up cheering, but I was upset because I ain't have my Carolina shirt back in North Carolina, and I ain't have nothing. So I was supporting my Celtics at the game, but every time they was doing something, I was standing up, and people around me like, "Oh, can you sit down, please?" But it was good. I had to soak it all in for the as much as I spent for that ticket.
Yeah. The tickets was pricey now. I will say that. And I thought I was gonna get to go by myself, and then my wife. I was like, yeah, I'm going to. I was like, I gotta go to the game, and I looked at the ticket, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this ticket. And then my wife was like, oh yeah, so we going to the game. I'm like, oh, you care? You care about Duke? You
What you
gotta take me? So you got
a whole different conversation, man.
So you got to switch that conversation. You say, "Yeah, we going." But say, "Yeah, me and my friend."
But yeah, it's still good.
Going to tournament games is one of the coolest experiences I did that. I actually did when I was in college, so way back. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and Derrick or Mr. Cheston, you may remember this. It was the first round matchup. I think Temple played LaSalle Drexel, and Indiana was playing North Carolina. It might have been Sheed's freshman year, and I think Indiana upset North Carolina
81.
in that game.
81. When I first hated Isaiah Thomas. Or was it
no, not that far back. No, not that far back. This was back in like 90, like in the 90s.
Oh, 90. Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I want to say Indiana beat North Carolina. It was like first round match. I want to say because I'm if I'm not mistaken,
no. It couldn't be first round. We ain't lost but one first round matchup.
Okay, maybe a second round, maybe round 30, maybe second round.
It might have been.
I think I want to say I believe Indiana might have upset North Carolina. I don't know if Eric Montrose was even on the team and whatnot. But I went to the games down in Landover. It's not even there anymore, but it was Landover, Maryland, where the Bullets used to play back in the day. So, but that experience, the tournament was one of the best experiences. I was lucky to go to college, so I didn't really have to pay for anything. Just they took the bus, took it down there. But yeah, if anybody can ever go to
for Temple U,
right? Yes. When we were actually good back in the day.
That's the John Chaney days.
Oh, you was there with Chaney?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
Sir.
Nice.
And I was there one time when I was in school. We beat Duke. Duke came to Philly. We beat them. That's when y'all had that bum ass Chris Collins. It was one of the best. It was one of the best moves because we freaking beat Duke. It's like it's freaking Duke. Chris Collins, I think, was y'all best player. We We cooked him that day. So
Chris Collins.
Yeah.
He was a bum.
His dad coached for Philly.
His dad played for the Sixers.
Yeah.
Hey,
Philly and he coached for it.
He almost got killed for the Sixers too.
Yeah.
when he got punched in the face.
All right. We could be on here all night talking sports history,
talking noise,
doing what we do. But again, appreciate everybody coming on. Orrie, I think you earned your seat. So I mean, once you click on the link, you can just show up, man. But the next podcast, I know Orrie, you a big hip hop fan. Is Jay-Z really the GOAT? Is Jay-Z really the GOAT? Hold on to that thought. We'll get back to it. Make sure you subscribe to Apple Pod. Make sure you hit us up on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Talkin Noise Podcast. For Orrie, for my pops, Harper, Mees, Talkin Noise Podcast, Season 2, Episode 3. We out.
Peace.
All right, guys.